Regular season for Jalen Brunson and crew is upon us for the first time since J.R. Smith and Carmelo Anthony. The New York Knicks, they have a chance to be the #2 seed in the Eastern Conference, and it's all behind that man right there. What do we call him, Perk?
Big body Brunson.
And he deserves all the recognition. 6 straight 30-point games, but none more consequential than this. Bulls, Knicks, we're counting you down on ESPN.
Welcome to NBA Countdown presented by DoorDash.
I cannot remember, Mr. Michael Wilbon, a final day of the regular season more consequential, has more on the line, that is set up to be more insane than this one. Can you?
No. Your memory's a whole lot better than mine, but I can go back further than you. Malika's fourth play-in, right? This is the best and the best regular season day at the end of the season I've ever seen in the NBA.
We cannot wait. Welcome to NBA Countdown from our Los Angeles studio. Stephen A. Smith, Michael Wilbon, Kendrick Perkins. I'm Malika Andrews. 15 seeds. They are up for grabs today as teams fight to stay out of the play-in tournament to secure a postseason bid. And up and down the Eastern standings, teams are fighting for positioning here. And the 2 seed, it is on the line today. Stephen A., if the New York Knicks can beat the Bulls and the Bucks, who remember will be without Giannis, lose to Orlando, the Knicks secure the 2 seed. Milwaukee has gone just 3-7 over their last 10 games. And here is where things stand heading into the final day of the regular season for the Eastern Conference. What would you say, Stephen A.? It's fluid. It's fluid. The Cavaliers are also in the mix. But if I told you 2 months ago with OG Anunoby, Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson all out, the Knicks would be jockeying for the 2 seed today, what would you say?
I would have said you need to be drug tested, which is why the New York Knicks should be applauded for what we have witnessed take place, Wilbon. Perk, New York, stand up. New York, stand up. You see what's happening right now, ladies and gentlemen? Since Julius Randle went down, the New York Knicks have played January 29th. That's their first game without Julius Randle. Since that time, Jalen Brunson is second in the league in scoring behind none other than Luka Doncic. That is it. Dante DiVincenzo is shooting about 39% from three-point range, launching as many threes, more threes than anybody but Steph Curry, and he's averaging over 20 a game. Hartenstein has been in the lineup doing big things. Josh Hart is averaging 10, 10, and 5. OG Anunoby is back, and since he's arrived with the New York Knicks, they're 19-3, and he leads the NBA in NATE ratings. They are outscoring opponents by 18.2 points per 100 possessions. The New York Knicks will win today, Wilbon. They will beat your Bulls, who won't play half their squad, okay? They will win.
Wait, you missed somebody. You missed somebody. There's a name. There's a Knicks name I did not hear you mention.
Excuse me. You want me to say McBride? Who do you want me to say, man? Who
you want me to mention? The coach.
Oh, Tom Thibodeau. No. Let me stand down.
Okay.
I have often said that Ty Lue, remember last year, I was like, Ty Lue would have been better for these guys because Tom Thibodeau, as exceptional of a coach as he is, he might run you into the ground. But they've been hurt, so he hasn't had a chance to do that, okay? And as a result, I think he has done an exceptional job. He is the coach. He is a candidate for Coach of the Year.
He is.
Other than that, before y'all go to Perk and Wilbon, could you kick my music, please? I mean, just kick my music for everybody. Just let them know what time it is. Let them know what this flavor is. The orange and blue skies here from L.A. That's what I'm talking about here. New York, stand up. Here we come. We going to the conference.
Start spreading the news.
We going to the conference.
Take me to the king.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't have much to bring. My heart is torn in pieces.
Oh, we're still going.
I know we were going to get a solo on Sunday morning.
Well, he's taking us to church.
Do you know where you sing that song? In the church house. Most of the time at a funeral. And why? Because that loved one, that beautiful soul, is going to better places. Damn it, that's what the Knicks have taken. They're going right now. When you look at Jalen Brunson and this New York Knicks team, they're taking this organization to better places right now. Behind Jalen Brunson, who has been the best player in the Eastern Conference this season, in my opinion, who is doing more with less. You look at what Josh Hart is doing. Josh Hart, outside of Luka Doncic, is the second best rebounding guard in the league. You look at what Isaiah Hartenstein is bringing to the table. I love that Tibbs is keeping Mitchell Robinson on the bench. Am I surprised that the Knicks are the #2 seed? No, I'm not. Because I had trust in Tom Thibodeau. I had trust in Jalen Brunson. Did I really have trust in the Bucks to be like up and down, with switching coaches? No, I didn't. So when I'm looking at this New York Knicks, it's not a surprise to me. It may be a surprise to others, but I expected them to be in this position.
It's still going to be a dogfight. First round. It's going to be a dogfight.
It's going to be a dogfight today
because
to get the seeding.
Today, but I'm talking about, yes, today it kicks off. But everybody has to look. That jumble we just saw, by the way, are we supposed to make sense of that?
Right.
What would that screen that had all the possibilities?
So the Knicks win and the Bucks lose, and the Knicks are the 2 seed. The Bucks path is the simplest. They win and they're in. The Cavs win and both the Bucks and the Knicks lose. They are the 2 seed. Those are the 3 scenarios.
And so what does that mean? If we even decipher all that, we'll know in a few hours. What does it mean for this coming week? There's still going to be dogfights. It used to be, or it's always been traditionally. You get a 2-3 seed. I mean, the 4-5 is a dogfight. The 2-3 is expected to win and in a position to win that first-round series. Not necessarily so.
Can I say this too real quick?
Okay.
I expect Orlando to win today. I expect Milwaukee to lose.
I do
Orlando wins their 5th seed. Orlando loses, they drop to 7th or 8th potentially, and they in the play-in tournament. They got a play-in berth. At stake. I think Orlando beats Milwaukee today.
Let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all think that Jalen Brunson, just staying in the East, could he be the best player in the series, in any series in the East?
Yes.
He's not supposed to be. I love Jalen Brunson.
It's
Jason Tatum's time to be that. But Brunson, the facts are with you. I mean, the momentum is with you because Jalen Brunson has been that guy. But Jason Tatum hasn't had to be that over this last third of the season. Perk, you talk about it all the time. Now it is going to be required. The answer is supposed to be Tatum.
He's making a serious bid, though, for first-team All-NBA. Jalen Brunson is.
Yes,
and today's game is enormous here for the New York Knicks. For the first time since 2013, they could be the number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. But how about the play-in? Things are
up in the air. 3 teams tied at the top. The Thunder, the Timberwolves, Nuggets all still have a path to get the 1 seed, but they all need help to get there. OKC is currently the king of the mountain, via tiebreakers, that is. And so to help clarify all of the chaos that's going on right now in the NBA, here's Malika Andrews and the Countdown crew with more. Malika, take it away.
Thank you so very much. Stephen A. Smith, Michael Wilbon, Kendrick Perkins here alongside me. And gentlemen, it is the first time ever in the history of the NBA, Stephen A. Smith, that through 81 games, 3 teams at the top of the conference, they are tied, and it all comes down to today. We know that Denver would be the most dangerous 1 seed, but who needs this the most?
I think Oklahoma City needs it the most.
Okay.
The reason I'm of that mindset is that they're obviously relatively young and to some degree undersized in terms of their girth. And we all know that when playoff basketball arrives, it tends to slow a touch. Physicality is elevated, and as a result, you're required to do a bit more physically. And obviously being at home with that adrenaline flowing, feeding off of your youth and your youthful exuberance, I think that there's no question that Oklahoma City would be that team. Minnesota is an elite defensive team. Cat is back. Of course, Rudy Gobert's there. They're different. You look at Denver, they're the reigning defending NBA champions. They can handle it. The answer to that question to me would be Oklahoma City.
I'm going with the Minnesota Timberwolves. They need the number 1 seed. Why they need it is because if they get it, they're going to the Western Conference Finals, right? They get the 2 seed or the 3 seed, they're facing Denver in the second round. You want to avoid Denver. You want to get to the conference finals if you're the Minnesota Timberwolves, and they could do it. I have the confidence. My confidence level is sky high when it comes down to them competing against all the other teams in the West. They have an elite perimeter defense. You look at Anthony Edwards, he's 10th in the league, opponent's field goal percentage. Jaden McDaniels, he's 4th in the league, opponent's field goal percentage. Mike Conley, old school Mike Conley, is 31st in the league in opponent's field goal percentage. They're 6th in the league in offense. They're going to defend. They're going to make you uncomfortable. And they have Rudy Gobert down there anchoring the defense. If they get the number 1 seed, the Minnesota Timberwolves are going to the Western Conference Finals, and you could book it.
Stephen A. is going to say we're teaming up on him on this side of the set because I'm going to go with Minnesota, too.
He's got his new suit. He's feeling confident over here. He's feeling good.
Not new. It just looks new, but I feel you.
It's Minnesota only because I don't think Oklahoma City is ready to beat Denver yet. We talk about the youth, and Stephen A. described Oklahoma City perfectly. I believe in misery. Misery has to come first before you ascend in the NBA playoffs. Period. Like, who's won without misery ever? Russell, Magic, Tim Duncan, like, end of list. That's it. All right, so you got to have some. So Minnesota's had, I think, enough. But here's the thing. If they can play games 5 and 7 at home, they're not beating Denver, like Perk said, having to play 5 and 7 in Denver. But if they have those games at home,